Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelenskyy in Brussels, hoping to convince European and NATO leaders to back his 5-point victory plan against Russia as the war drags on. During talks with the EU, he stressed that support from Western allies is key to the plan's success and to ending the war no later than next year.
We propose placing on Ukrainian land a deterrence package that would either force Russia to participate in real peace negotiations or allow for the destruction of their military targets. It's the peace through strength approach for this point. It is about the appropriate missile package.
Also on his Brussels agenda is an ongoing pitch to NATO for Kyiv's membership and a major increase in military support. Secretary-General Mark Rutte reiterated the alliance's continued backing of Kyiv and its pledge to open its doors to the nation in the future.
We are in this, if necessary, for the long haul. And obviously we want to be in a place where Zelenskyy and Ukraine, from a position of strength, is able to start talks with Russia. But till that moment comes, he can count on continuing support, and Putin cannot count on us letting go of that support.
And for more, Will Denselow joins us live from Brussels. Will, this victory plan, 5-point plan from Volodymyr Zelenskyy, what are the key pillars for the strategy for victory against Russia in Ukraine?
Well, the message from Ukraine's President Volodymyr Zelenskyy to leaders of EU member states here at the European Council behind me is very simple. He said that his victory plan that he has laid out to European member states as well as NATO allies is very simple. He says that this victory plan could force Russia into real diplomacy, as he puts it, and could even bring an end to this war as early as next year. Going into some of the details of this victory plan that Volodymyr Zelenskyy announced to lawmakers in Ukraine earlier this week. Well, you mentioned a few of those key pillars. One is an invitation to NATO. That is absolutely critical in the mind of Ukraine's president. The other is more weapons for Kyiv, and more weapons urgently, and weapons without limitations. Of course, one major topic of discussion here at the European Council will be that the fact is that there are still some holdouts among member states about the use of long-range missiles to target positions deep into Russian territory. Some member states here in Europe are concerned that that could lead to an escalation in this conflict. Other issues, that deterrence, non-nuclear deterrence that Volodymyr Zelenskyy wants on Ukrainian soil, as well as further economic strategic cooperation with the likes of the EU, the United States and other allies. So certainly a long list of demands, but one that Ukraine's president says is absolutely critical. We've heard from Charles Michel, the European Council president. He says that member states will be standing with Kyiv for as long as it takes.
All right, another big part of this victory plan is membership in NATO. Now, NATO has promised that in the future, since at least 2008 at the Bucharest summit. So between 2008 and now, we just heard from Mark Rutte, has anything changed in terms of a timeline for Ukraine's membership in NATO?
As far as NATO is concerned, nothing has changed. They still see this alliance's expansion with Kyiv being a part of it in the future. The issue, however, is that there remain some degree of trepidation among members of the alliance when it comes to the issue that there is a certain amount of many are uncomfortable with the fact of admitting or inviting Ukraine to join the military alliance, with them still in an active war. So that remains a huge issue of trepidation among NATO allies. And we've heard from Mark Rutte, the new Secretary General of NATO, quizzed on that. He said that the question of timing simply isn't important. He says that there is a huge possibility that Ukraine could still be the 33rd member of NATO in the future, but wouldn't get drawn into specifics of when that might be. He said simply that it will be in the future. As far as Ukraine's president is concerned, though, he said that joining NATO requires nothing but determination. He calls on NATO allies to be decisive on making that call and says that it will come at no political cost to them.
Thanks for that. Will Denselow reporting live there from Brussels.